Welcome, Cancer. This is your weekly focus for the week of June the 3rd. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Let's get right to the cards and see what they have to reveal for our upcoming week. Okay, our underlying energy for this week is... Oh, look at that. We have the beautiful Queen of Wands. We have enthusiasm. We are bubbling over with enthusiasm. We get an idea. We get we start to gain some knowledge, some kind of wisdom, some kind of idea. There is enthusiasm in what we want to do. We don't really sit there and really sketch out that strong strategy or plan, but we have a couple bullet points. We want to just dip our toe in the water. We want to try new things, explore in new ways. So we could be enhanced in our creativity, our creative abilities. Oh my gosh, that was hard to say. We have the cat, so there is a sense of independence about us. So we may want to pull away a little bit more than being part of the social group. Make sure that you are balancing that still in your life. But yes, if you feel that you need that solitude, maybe a retreat for yourself, those would be good things to do for yourself to raise your energy. Okay, she's also one that seeks for the truth, seeks for the wisdom. So you could uncover secrets this week. You could hidden knowledge this week. You could uncover hidden knowledge this week. Absolutely. Okay. For our first card, we have the World card. The World card tells us that there's a brand new world awaiting us, but we need to tie up some loose ends before we can really embrace that new opportunity, that new adventure, that new relationship, that new sense of abundance, prosperity, and love to come into our life. So it definitely is about tidying up our world a little bit, maybe do some soul searching, go within, do some inner work, get to know yourself a little bit better. Self-discovery would be part of this, knowing what you are capable of, seeing your beauty. We have the Six of Pentacles. When the Six of Pentacles appears, it could be a balance in our relationships that we need to address, looking at our relationships, understanding where the give and take is, where the support is, where the love is, where the compassion is. Are those things part of the relationship? Is there a mutual respect, a mutual understanding, a mutual like-minded in some ways, in many ways, perhaps? Having the same values, definitely. We also have to know our limit of helping others with this card. Okay, there's some person clinging to us there, asking us, please, 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 some for me. And we only have so much to give. So we have to understand what we give in each relationship and what we have the capability of giving. We don't want to burn ourselves out. We don't want to deplete our energy and just give to everybody else. We also need to give to ourselves. We need to turn it back into taking care of us, body, mind, and soul. And we have the Ace of Wands. I see this really as a huge separation here, okay, of leaving the past in the past and going forward with new ideas, new ideas, new dreams. We're getting enthusiastic about new things. We don't know how it's all going to play out. We don't know really what's all going to be left in the past or what kind of new beginnings we're even maybe stepping into here. This is a time of the fog, so it's a dream state for us. So it's about going inward. It's about meditation. It's about prayer. It's about solitude. It's about having that conversation seemingly with yourself, with God, our angels, the universe, your higher self. I get a lot about self-discovery. Like we're pondering there. We're looking more within. We're kind of just looking into nowhere. So we're within our mind here. So pay attention to your dreams. I would have to say then pay attention to your dreams, your intuition, any kind of reoccurring thoughts, feelings. What are they trying to shine a light on for you? What do you need to understand? Okay, because we started it off by tying up some loose ends. Now, tying up some loose ends could be turning the attention more towards ourselves, giving ourselves that love, that pampering, that attention that we deserve of ourselves. And then we see where we want to break off and leave some old habits in the back, maybe of how we gave in relationships, maybe our relationship within relationships, our relationship to ourselves and to the other, and how we unite and how we save the individual at the same time. These could be all paths that we are exploring here right now. And of course, there's some kind of truth maybe that is revealed to us, or some kind of knowledge that is opened up to us that makes us rethink some of our relationships and how we invest our time, our energy, our money into those relationships, and how we need to turn some of that back to ourselves. Absolutely. And we can't do it for everybody, okay? So know your limitations. Overriding energy is the Two of Swords. There's definitely some kind of decision to be made here, some kind of, and I'm going to put it right over here. So it's your decisions within relationships, really, of who you are in that relationship. And, being a Cancer, you just automatically, you give your heart. You care so much about each individual and world happenings and your neighborhood and the cat down the road. I mean, really, you just have this heart of gold, this compassionate heart of empathy and love. But we also have to, when we are a person of so much empathy and compassion, we have to be even stronger in our conviction of drawing those lines in the sand, of taking care of ourselves. So I think as you go within and do some kind of self-reflection, you not only see your inner beauty, but you have this kind of self-discovery of what things that are necessary for you to do for you in order for you to feel that confidence, that surge of energy, that strength, that wisdom. We have the Nine of Wands, so this is definitely a reading this week that tells me that you've walked many paths in order to get to the here and now. Most of those paths started out as that stubby little stick you're holding in your hand, all twisted and gnarled, no growth on it whatsoever. But they all started out that way. We know they all started out that way. Do we want to take on this challenge? Do we want to go forward in this capacity? We're rethinking a lot about our path and our path forward. This is definitely, we're trying to figure out what to leave behind, what to go forward in. We're trying to understand our relationships a little bit better, taking back some of our power from that we've given out to other people. And we're making some decisions and emotional decisions on how to care for ourselves and yet care for the collective at the same time. As we start off the week, we have the Chariot, and the Chariot is asking us to pull it back a little bit. Once again, we have that fog. Okay, we have the fog here, we have the fog here. We are thinking about how we want to go forward, and we may try to just rush into something. We may be very spontaneous in embracing something because it's new or it's different or it's unique or it fills a void for that time, that moment in time. But it's not going to really do a lot for you long term. This is about waiting for the fog to clear. This is about waiting for that sun to rise. For our this is when that little bit of knowledge comes in, and you understand the path you must take. That wisdom comes in, that spark of that aha moment, that epiphany. But I think it's more of secrets are revealed to you this week, or you come across some kind of knowledge that was hidden before that really changes your whole vibe into where you're going and what you're going after. And more importantly, the energy that you give off to the rest of the world and the energy that you keep for your own maintenance and good health and well-being, body, mind, and soul. For work, the ending here, the ending of the week, as we leave the week, the Page of Pentacles, we see the potential for all kinds of new beginnings. And this could be actually something with our prosperity, something with abundance, something with great love even. That pentacle is huge, so it's about we start to step into the magic of what can be in our lives, and I think this is through a lot of self-reflection and self-discovery this week. So take your time doing that. I mean, journal it, or I would journal it. I would journal my thoughts, my feelings, what comes to me, those little aha moments. What does it mean? Because sometimes when we write it out, now we're thinking it, we're writing it, we're reading it out, and it it brings in more questions sometimes, but it also brings in much more clarity because we are actually working through some of those things instead of just noticing it and then continuing on our day. We start off pulling it back a little bit, okay, waiting for that information to come into our world. And maybe that information is some kind of closure that we need to have that we've been bringing with us along the way, and it's only been pulling us down and burdening us in some way. Taking a new look at our relationships, understanding the give and take in our relationships, and then we understand a little bit more of what we can leave in the rearview mirror and what we take forward with us, and that opens up the possibility to all that can be. It's like our horizons are magnified, okay, or they're widened, or here, we've taken off the blinders. This process was to take off those blinders so that we can see in the path going forward. We can see some of the strategies we can use. We can see some of the obstacles that may be standing in our way. We can see if it's a dead end. Work and career, we have the moon. Really, it's about filling your inner passion, your dreams, your desires, what you get enthused about, what you get excited about. This is probably the best way to go. Not worrying so much about helping other people, but helping yourself going forward. Feeling that sense of liberation, that freedom. I almost get this wildness about you. Like yeah, I don't know how else to explain that. Maybe if I keep talking, they'll make it clearer for me. But understanding where we need to let go, what we need to leave in the rearview mirror, it does enhance our knowing of what we truly do want, the knowing what really makes us feel free. Wild, primal, those hidden parts of ourselves, because we try and keep this centered approach in life, but just to let our love shine, unconditional love, allowing unconditional love to flow. And I don't know how that works out in work and career. Maybe you are in the service industry, and so it works out some way that way. But maybe it's just what you bring to the table and every experience that you have with the people at work that move you towards a sense of freedom, a sense of liberation. Great mountains as we're going forward. So great mountains mean that we're going to have huge successes. So we could be bringing in great prosperity here just through who we are and opening up and allowing that unconditional love to radiate from us and to allow it into our lives. We have, for love and relationships, the Justice card. So this could be very much about some of those relationships where we're like, hey, wait a minute. They're just really using me. I can never get a hold of them when I need them. And yet they always seem to get a hold of me when they need me, which is quite often, and I'm there for them each and every time. I don't know why they're giving me the cold shoulder or they're ghosting me right now. You start to realize these things. And there are some people that maybe you've been ignoring in your life, and you need to pay attention to those people. That could be this person clinging on to you too, that you have been shutting them off unconsciously in some way, and you're realizing that you're creating a gap where there doesn't need to be a gap. The Justice card is here to say who has value in your life, who supports you, who moves you forward, who fills you and surrounds you with great love, great compassion. They've got your back. Those are the people you want to hang on to, and who is not serving that purpose in your life right now, where they're draining you, they're pulling you down, they're burdening you in some way. This is also about, putting some enthusiasm into the relationship, absolutely. Making some kind of strong emotional decision about the relationship. Understanding, the power that you've given away or the power that you've accepted in through the relationship. Tying up some loose ends. Maybe you are kind of leaving a relationship, and so there's a lot of loose ends, and we really need to tidy that up before we can expect to move forward in love, to feel that sense of, I keep going back to this card, this sense of wildness or primal or intuitive or psychic, or it's something that you let out from within here. There's a part of you that you probably pull back most times, but it's allowing it to go forward. It's allowing it to pave the way in some way. I hope you know what I'm talking about there. Our final card is going to go over our Ten of Pentacles. Now, what do we got here, too? We have a Chariot in the World and the Justice and the Moon. So there's a lot of very strong energy, which means it's going to be a very good week for you. Remember to pull it back, think it through. Yes, there is closure that needs to happen in your life, but as the first days of the week start, we are in still full moon energy, so it's a beautiful time. And here we have the awakenings when the new moon energy is now upon us, so that's beautiful as well. This is honoring yourself. So there's so much of this that's honoring yourself, to seeing your inner beauty, to seeing your magic, to discover a part of who you are that you want to bring out and go forward with. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Well, the Queen of Pentacles, she's the frugal queen, but she knows exactly what she wants. She knows that the storm is over, even if it's still a little cloudy. I mean, the clouds are behind us here, so it could still be a little cloudy in our lives, but we know that we've made it through, really. That now we need to turn our focus, our attention to our tomorrows and what we want to bring in. So dream of the possibilities. And the best way to dream of the possibilities is by raising the awareness of what you are deserving of, what you are worthy of, the beauty of who you are, and how to honor that beauty through prosperity, abundance, love, and joy in your life going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.